You gonna rope?
No.
Yeah, we move together. Fire, Jason.
You're gonna go down, bro.
I'm what? Oh yeah, you roll out of here, you roll out of here. How close you focus? How close you focus? That's what you hear?
He's already down.
Last guy. I got him in the head. I got extra field. I'm trying here.
You're good.
This thing's everyone shooting at you, buddy. Oh my god.
Jesus.
No. It was me that wasn't getting you. You left me. So I just be up. So you just break it, so you meant to be closer to it. Yeah, I did this all.
Get off me, bitch. This is entertaining though, at least.
Yo, push together, push together. The more y'all separate, the more you're gonna focus on. Focus on. Come on, Fuzzy, come on, Fuzzy.
Fuck the shotgun hits, bro. Gee, fuck. Everyone can stop shooting. You guys are...
Yo, if you can't aim, stop shooting. You're dead. You don't lose, man. Bring that shit, man. One hit.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
That's how you
Guy's gonna die though.
Yo, fucking them out, bro. Get out of here. Woo-wee. Right before he got him, I got you, I got you.
Get melted, bro.
Straight up, bro. Shoot you Jason, what are you trying? Coming towards you.
Q-Dog's handling him, bro.
Oh yeah, Q-Dog, shit don't help.
Pop around that corner, bitch.
It's nice. She's nice. One down.
Motherfucker.
Another one's down. They're all down. We've manhunted you so many times. Come on, Lucy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to take his shield down for a second. So when he's getting rid of it. And shotgun time.
Got more players out here. Oh, whoa, is that cute?
Oh
You
shit.
talking? Oh shit. He said I'm breaking silence. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, I was on the phone when I showed you.
Nah, you good, man.
We got a shit ton coming up.
I'm
You
coming
got
on
some
top.
DZ people in here, huh? Man, I'm sorry, I got to kill this girl. I can't work that. My bad.
Come on.
I got no fucking med kit.
Such a weak ass dude.
About to fuck up the last dude too. Run towards me, Q. Over here. Good luck.
Let me get this med kit off.
Yep.
Let me get it off. Yep. Of course. You got a professional here.
We got 3. I'm blinded. I can't see shit.
I got you, Q.
Another.
I got you, Q.
Oh shit, he got a heal.
So I do. I got you, Fuzzy. Fuzzy, get out of there.
He's good.
Got you. Playing games, y'all want to multi-view? Let the multi-view. There you go. There you
Damn,
go.
zombie. Dead. Later, bitch.
Behind you.
You ain't getting that off,
One
motherfucker.
on low.
They'll put it in there just in what the fuck is it called?
Bot
Not
lobby and shit.
not BG's here, but what's the one fucking here? He's all damn. That's fine if it's a distraction. Shit.
Oh, she easy to kill. Sorry, love.
Oh, go over here. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Another one in front of you. Damn. Went rogue, yeah, so they can kill. Then I'm gonna try to clear. I think these guys are gonna spawn right out here and probably kill me. But, oh, I'm getting a flash.
Flag me up.
Can we invite someone else right now? Who wants to join up? Far you want to join?
Oh my god, I'm on the run. Got cooked.
Far.
Booming, bro. Oh.
Oh yeah, we can. If it ain't fucking Rocky either.
He's almost fucking, dude. They're
About to make you watch.
yeah, that's fine.
As soon as you get one shot, they go bloop.
You probably make
Make people on the run. Yeah.
Fucking ad shooting at us now too.
What are you doing? Let's get your ass over. What?
Getting fucking shot by fucking NPCs. Hold up.
Got one, the other one's about to die too.
Behind you.
Yep, I know.
He's almost dead.
He's dead.
You almost.
Is it really? What the hell?
Alright, we got dudes rogue right here.
Yep, bro.
Come on, come do that.
I got the. Yeah, 1v1 you.
not gonna touch the keyboard though.
Get cooked, bro.
Why I suck with it.
I'm getting focused over here, y'all.
I'm fucking fighting the guy right now. Just... Is he lagging?
Hydro Zoo. Hydro Zoo. Hydro's in here too.
Cyber fun. Cyber fun. Not this one.
I literally just got it.
He's down. Hey, what's up everyone? Fuzzy Juggernaut here, back with another video. I've been off recently for about a month and a half, so I decided to come back to Division after taking a little break. But regardless, I figured I'd show some of the builds I'm running. I'm sure there's probably similar ones out there. I don't know, I haven't really checked, but this is what I'm running on for one of my builds. So this build hits really hard, and it also has a good amount of armor with high crit damage and high crit chance. So it's a really viable build. You can get killed. It's not invincible by any means at all. So you got to play it smart, but this thing hits really hard, and it's good in solo or group depending on who you're facing and who you're running with. But before I get into it, if you like the video or the content on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button or the like button, as both help the channel. If you dislike the video, go ahead and hit thumbs down. Either way, all of it helps. So we're going to be running the Firewall Specialization. This is for to proc the burning status effect on people when our armor breaks. Also, I've ran it with the Gunner Specialization. It works really well with the Gunner, but unfortunately I haven't leveled that one up on this character. This is my 4th character. I need to do that, but this one works really well in what I've been running it with. And then obviously you want to use whatever weapon passives you're going to be utilizing on it. You can run multiple weapons on this build. That's what I really like a lot. So primarily you want to run an SMG though, obviously, because we're running 2 Sokolov, but you don't have to. Other weapons hit really hard as you've seen in the video, so it's completely up to you. But pretty much you're just going to be utilizing a bunch of the passives out of Firewall. I'm not going to go into detail about all of them and stuff. Everyone should know by now. Our first weapon we're going to be using is the Liberty Death. Now, I use this, but I also use, where is it? My Tactical Vector SB9, and actually I prefer my Tactical Vector, especially since this will be getting nerfed in the ground, is what I've heard. But even regardless of that, I still would choose my Tactical Vector. I just have it saved as with the Liberty Death, but it's completely up to you. I have fast hands on this. You can put Strained, which would give you a lot more damage, and you can use Optimist if you want, which also will give you more damage. I just already had rolled, and this was God, so it's completely up to you what you'd like to run. For this one, I've got max SMG damage, max crit hit chance is what I rolled, and then critical hit damage is maxed out, and then it's fast hands, so it's critical hits, add a stack of 4% reload speed bonus, max stack is 40%. And Liberty Death, everyone should know what that does, and it's not God rolled by any means, but if you have a God rolled one, you can use it. It's going to also boost your damage a lot, the more mobile you are. So as long as you keep running around, you'll be pumping out really good damage, and it's going to give you a speed bonus. For a second weapon, I'm using the Marine Super 90. You can use whatever you like. This one's actually not the greatest roll, but this thing, it hits really hard, and it shoots pretty fast for a shotgun. I have Optimus rolled onto it. The rolls on it aren't that great, but it's okay. And honestly, I use the AK actually more than I use that shotgun. It just depends on the situation and the scenario. It's completely up to you, but the AK hits really hard, and I've got a few other builds that utilize the AK. I've been playing with it for quite a while before I took a break from the game, and it's actually more viable in my opinion for how I run and play with my playstyle than before for me. So it's not for everyone. It's definitely a gun you have to get used to and learn how to play, maneuver in and out of fights, and I mean it's just completely based on your playstyle. But this one's God rolled, and I I think I had Strained on it, but I actually put Optimist on it a while back for another build. So you can put Strained on here if you'd like. It's completely up to you. Put whatever talent you want, really, that's going to give you optimal damage. We're sitting at 103.5k damage on it. It's a slower RPM, but it hits really, really hard. So pretty much what I do is I'll burst people down a little bit with this, kill them at a distance. This thing shoots really far and hits really hard at a really far distance at the same time. So that's what's nice about it. And then I'll switch to my my primary weapon and burst them down with the SMG if we're at a distance and getting closer. If not, then I'll hit them with the SMG. It just depends. It's completely situational, but you can run whatever you'd like on your secondary bar. Our pistol is just an M45A1. It's not a big deal. You can rock any pistol you'd like. Our first piece and first set's going to be Foundry Bulwark. We're just using a 2-piece to get the 10% total armor, which is really nice. I have 132,000 armor rolled on it, or it came with, and then 12% maxed out critical hit damage, and then I have a bleed resistance mod on it. You can run whatever mod you'd like. That's another situational thing right now, since we don't have hazard or armor regen on this, so put whatever you feel that you need running against people. For our second piece and our second set, we're going to be running 2-piece Sokolov Concern. This is going to give us 10% SMG damage, 15% critical hit damage. It came with 14.3% weapon damage, 10.3% critical hit damage, and then 9.5% headshot damage. Preferably, you'd want critical hit chance there. You can buff your critical hit chance up a little bit more, but we're at 53%, which is well enough for me, so I'm not too worried about it. We have a 11.8% critical hit damage mod on there. Our talent's going to be Unbreakable. This gives us 50% of our armor back. 95% out of the DZs, but it gives us 50% of our armor back. So it's pretty much like a second life almost when your armor breaks. And then you can run damage talents here if you would like. It definitely would make the build hit extremely harder. But I can't do that because anytime I go solo, I'm getting focused by multiple people when they see me, or it's just becoming a pain. So even when I'm running in groups, I get focused down a lot. So it's just, I went for more survivability, and I felt that the build hit hard enough that I didn't really need to worry about putting damage talents on here. But like I said, if you want to put them on there, it will increase your damage by a lot. You could put, what was it? Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush if you wanted, or you can use Versatile, you can use Spotter, in sync with the stuff, and put the Tactician Specialization on. I mean, there's so many ways you can build around it. It's just a template, so build it how you'd like it. And for our holster is going to be the second piece of Foundry Bulwark, 10% total armor, obviously, and I haven't even rolled anything on here, but I'd probably roll more max armor on there. I have enough crit. It's only going to give me 1% more crit, which can make the difference sometimes, but we're already sitting at like 53 or 54k crit, so, or 54% crit, so. Then our backpack's going to be Sokolov. This is going to be a second one to give us the critical hit damage. This one has 12.5% weapon damage on it, 5.4% critical hit chance, and 10.9% critical hit damage. And then I have a 11.1% critical hit damage mod on there, which I actually need to put, I think I'm pretty sure I got a higher one on this guy. This is one of my lower characters, so put that one on there. And then the talent's going to be Adrenaline Rush. This is just for extra armor for me, so I get up close and personal with a lot of people in their face, shooting them, especially with the SMG, so it benefits me to have that extra bonus armor since we are sitting at 1.6 million armor. It's really nice, but you can, like I said, you can run a damage talent here or whatever talent you'd actually like. It's completely up to you. I just choose to run Adrenaline Rush, so. For our next piece is going to be our gloves. We're going to be running Grupa Sombra. This is going to give us 15% critical hit damage. We're trying to stack the critical hit chance and critical hit damage as much as possible while having armor. So we've got a decent amount of armor, which is 1.6 million, which makes us a little bit tanky. We're not like the tankiest person out there, but we can take a bit of damage while pumping out a really good amount of damage. And this one I rolled max armor on. Then we have 4.5% critical hit chance, and then 10.1% critical hit damage. None of this stuff's like God rolled or fully maxed out or anything, but if you have those pieces, then use them. Then our knee pads are going to be our final piece, which is going to be Gilligard. This is going to give us another 5% total armor. This is going to be 15% total armor altogether. You can stack other stuff on here to make a higher armor build, but I wanted to have really good damage with a decent amount of armor, so I'm not getting cooked by multiple people at the same time. So I have a decent amount of survivability. So on this I have almost max armor and then 11.8% critical hit damage on there and 6% critical hit chance. For our skills, we're running the striker shield that comes with the specialization that we're using, the firewall. I actually don't use this all the time. I've been trying to get away from using it, but just because we have so many blues, it stacks so well with the health you get and the damage modifier you get from the shield. It sucks. It's sort of meta right now, but at the same time, it's good. It helps you with damage, and it also mitigates damage for you. It's completely up to you. If you don't want to run a shield, I run a sticky bomb sometimes. Sticky bombs work really well. You can run defender drone or whatever else you would like. It won't benefit you as much. Sticky bomb will do a lot more damage and be able to take people's shields down and stuff like that. So honestly, if I was to run anything else here, it would just always be a sticky bomb for me, but that's just my personal opinion. You can run what you would like here. We have the mod that comes with the firewall specialization, and then a 4.3% shield health here, and then damage bonus per enemy. You can put the other active regeneration mod that comes from the firewall if you'd like to. Then for a second one, I switch this one out a lot too, depending on the people I'm fighting and what they're using. If we got healers or bleed hives or any of that stuff, then I'll switch to a jammer. If we're facing people that aren't using a whole bunch of skills and stuff, then I'll keep my decoy. So it's completely up to you. Like I said, I run decoy half the time and jammer the other half. So whatever one you would like to run. I got like a health and a duration on here because I don't have many mods for this. But it works really well, helps disguise you a little bit, and helps people focus on this target instead of you. It can allow you to get away. I mean, pretty good skill to use. Completely up to you, though. I'm not going to go into the watch. My watch is super low. Most people's watches are high. Been off for a while, so. So your grenade, we're using the cluster grenade. You can use concussion grenade if you really want, but the cluster grenade is really good, so I'd recommend using that if you're using the firewall specialization. Let's go into our stats. So on this one, we're sitting at 52.1% critical hit chance, 147.8% critical hit damage, and 60% almost headshot damage, and then 6% damage to armor. PvP wise, we're at 22,388 PvP weapon damage, which isn't bad for this. It's not super high, but it's with the crit and the crit damage, it's still pretty good. And it's not the highest crit hit damage, but it's certainly not low. And this thing rips, especially with the talent you get on the Lady Death. Go down to the armor. So we're sitting at 1.6 almost mil armor. We have no armor regen or armor and kill, but we have 280,000 health, which isn't like really high either. And then for the rest of it, it's really bleak. There's not much. I just have some into the resistances for hazard and from the Shade Watch, and then some bleed. Technically, mostly I like to put it into the bleed, so a lot of people run hive still. It's completely up to you what you'd like to put it in. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. It's been a while since I made a video. Hope you all enjoy. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.